Mandon Foley is the owner of Tacoma American Family Insurance on Center Street. He was one of the first agents in the state of Washington to open American Family Insurance almost 10 years ago. Auto, home, and liability umbrella insurances are his primary focus for this group. He enjoys working in insurance tremendously and also enjoys marketing the business. You may have heard that you are not fully insured unless you are fully insured. The up-and-coming technology enhancement related to insurance is also interesting to Mandon. Mandon has been a member of Tacoma Business Connection since its inception and is an active member of the Tacoma Narrows Rotary. In his spare time, he enjoys remodel projects, traveling, and spending time with his family. Without further ado, here's Mandon presenting some exciting information on a new doorbell system with whom AmFam has partnered.
Sweet. Yes, so thank you. And, well, we offer a lot of different insurance products. Auto, home, liability umbrellas, business insurance. We don't currently have a business insurance representative in the group right now, so I can say that. But homeowners insurance is a line of business that, well, it's very little amount of premium is paid for a lot of coverage. And because of that, insurance companies have experienced some losses in the homeowners insurance line. Sometimes it's just the weather that naturally happens all the time, like in Washington, the rain, the moss. Moss creates, breaks down the roof and creates leaks. There's a lot of moisture in the air. Or we don't get hurricanes, luckily, over here. And some of the major disasters that you get in the Midwest and the Southwest or Southeast and the whole East Coast, we don't have to worry about that. But what we do have to worry about up here are things like thefts. Reg has talked to us several times about how many houses get broken into, things stolen. Another thing that pays out a lot on the insurance side is water damage. So water heaters leaking, blowing up, pipes bursting, toilets overflowing. So a lot of these things, they're by itself, it's not that big a deal, a toilet overflowing, right? And hopefully you're nearby or you see it happening and you can turn off the water, you can plunge it, whatever method. But sometimes when that stuff happens, you aren't around. And so the water starts leaking, and then second story toilet drips down, and you have flooring, you have insulation, whatever it's landing on downstairs. And toilet water isn't something that can just be wiped up sometimes. You have a sewer backup or you have something like that. That's, they call it category 3, I think is the term for it. So basically, everything has to be thrown away and replaced. So detecting when those water leaks is very important, and technology is helping companies do that. Insurance companies are investing into these technology companies that are helping prevent claims. So even if we can, with an alarm system, the alarm system might not stop somebody from breaking into your home, right? They might just break through that window, alarm goes off, then the countdown starts. They know alarm's going off. Some might freak out and just leave. I have had that, luckily, for those people. Or they know that they have a certain period of time to get as much stuff as they possibly can and then bounce. And so either way, the amount of money that the insurance company has to pay, and more importantly, the less stuff of yours gets stolen, it all be based on that alarm. If they didn't have the alarm and somebody broke in the window and they know that these people are gone all day at work, you can have a lot of stuff stolen in a day. So it's a matter of them filling up a truck instead of filling up their pockets, right? So the amount of time that it takes for us to know when those leaks start is critical. when the amount of time that it takes to stop or to let the thief know that there's an alarm is very important. There are a lot of different ways that people try and prevent the claims. There's some stuff that no matter what kind of insurance you have, isn't replaceable. Your computer gets stolen and it has all your family pictures on it. Your family heirlooms get stolen. It doesn't matter if there's a value on those with insurance. You can't replace it with money. And so companies are investing into these smaller technology companies that sometimes become really big to help reduce the amount of money that they're paying out, which is good for everybody because the fewer claims we pay out, the fewer premium we have to collect. So it's important to all of us on multiple different levels, not just the premium, but the amount of our stuff that possibly could get stolen. So today, I love technology, and I wanted to share a couple of the technologies with everybody. So these are a couple of companies that American Family actually has invested in, and there are some discounts that apply to some of them. There's either on the premium or off the initial purchase, you get a coupon. Some of the companies, they are in the works and there are no discounts available, but if you have a claim, there's no coverage for the pain in the rear it is to have a claim. No matter how good that company is, having to go through a theft is miserable. So we want to try and prevent things like that. So I brought a couple things with me. I'm going to start with this. Anybody know what this is? CO2 Smoke Detector. Do you know the company? Anybody recognize it? Nest. They've done a good job of branding. So this is a company that helps you know when there's a fire. For this particular product, they have a couple of different things. They have your thermostat, the Nest thermostat, and they have the Nest smoke detectors, and they have other things too. But what's really cool about this is that all of the different smoke detectors talk with each other, along with the thermostat that you control the temperature in your house with. So these things have come a long way. One, it's a smoke detector, it's carbon monoxide detector, but it's detecting these things in a different way that it eliminates some of the false alarms. And the thermostat learns how you live. It has motion detectors, it has humidity detectors. It registers when you come in your house and when you're using your house to keep your temperature regulated. And then when you're not in the house, it can turn it down. You can control the stuff with a series of different apps. Right now I stole one of my smoke detectors at the house, so we have more than one. So it's, I'm not putting my house at too much additional risk. But what's cool is it recognizes that thing is not in my house right now. So when I bring up the Nest app, which is on the Surface, but it's also on my phone, it's also on Kelly's phone, it tells me, it says auto away. It knows that we're not in the house right now. It has a little green circle here that says it's protected, and it does a test. Family room and the hallway, and even if I wanted to change the temperature at my house. Right now, it is set to go down to, it's at 66 degrees right now, and it will continue going down until 62, and that's where I have it set for when we're not there. And I got 50% humidity, and outside it's 39 degrees at my house. So it's kind of cool. It tells everything. If I want to turn up the heat, we can do that. Now, we were really excited. We went on vacation around Christmas time. We went down to Arizona, and we were waiting for this. I intentionally did not touch the thermostat so that on the road we could change the temperature. Because there's not very often, I don't really have a need to change my temperature very often remotely. So I was like, hey, honey, check this out. And I went, and it already said auto out. It knew we weren't home. I was like, the thing's so smart. It beat me to it. And so I was a little disappointed, but at the same time I was excited because that is really cool that it knew that we left. And so and when you walk by it, it lights up and it lets you know, and if you hit a little button, it'll tell you the weather outside. And all these things work over the Wi-Fi at our house. So it communicates with our phones, it communicates with each other. Smoke alarm goes off in the kitchen, and it says in a very clear voice, smoke detected in the kitchen. And then all of a sudden down the hall, you hear smoke detected in the kitchen, and it goes off. It also, what was really cool is, when the alarm starts to go off, it sends a warning before it starts blaring. It knew that we had opened windows because that it was going away, because it says, smoke dissipating in the kitchen. So it's like, okay, it knows. That's awesome. So there's a big difference between these and the old ones that we're used to. The motion detectors inside of these, in the hallway, as if all your lights are off, when you turn the lights off, it goes through an automatic check, and then it flashes green that says that it's checked and it's okay. This one's battery operated. The other one's hardwired in that we have in our house. But this glows right here, and so if the lights are off in the hallway and I'm walking by, it turns white and it just lights up like a nightlight, like an automatic nightlight, which I thought was just kind of a comfy little feature. So Nest is doing a good job helping people be notified when there is danger. So the faster we know about the fire, the faster we can stop it and reduce the amount of danger for people, but also the amount of money that gets paid out in a claim. Like a theft, we might still have to pay out a claim, but it might be the difference between a $5,000 kitchen fire cleanup job to a $50,000 kitchen remodel job, or a $150,000 section of a home, or $250,000 complete burn down. So smoke detectors are very, very important. Now, they're also teaming up with companies like ADT to, the faster that they're notified, the ADTs, this goes to my phone, but it doesn't call the fire department, it doesn't call the police, where if it's communicating with a company like ADT, they can use that information. So another thing, I'm out of time, is this. What does that sound like? It's a doorbell. I just rang the doorbell, and coincidentally enough, it's called Ring. So this doorbell, and
ready in the family room.
Oop.
Press to test.
Sorry, I accidentally hit it. So you can see the
Oh, that's gorgeous.
the little design team did a good job on that one.
Yeah.
And so this is the doorbell. So it mounts up nicely next to the door. It can be remote, so you don't have to have, at my house, there's a brick fascia, and the wires to the old doorknob that have never been there since I've owned the house are way back in the brick. And so I'm not messing with it. And so I got this, and so Ring, this doorbell, when you hit this button like that, if this were at home, I tested it here, it's not set up on this network, but at home, when someone rings my doorbell, it calls my phone. And so there's an app on my phone that someone hits this, and it comes up, somebody's at your door. And it shows you a live video of whoever's at your front door, and you have the option to accept or deny. If you accept it, you then are looking at the person at your front door, and you can talk with them as you're doing it. When I was getting my alarm installed, I left to go run an errand, and Reg said he was going to swing by sometime during the day to check on the installation, and I got someone at the door, and hey, Reg, how's it going, man? And he's like, man, I got to get one of those. That is cool. And I was like, I'll be home in about 15 minutes, but go ahead and go inside. His tech was already in there. So then I saw him. Now, once your kids get over the novelty of having, to them, a message system to dad, ring the doorbell, and then you see, little feet run off, snickering and laughing. Once they get over that, it's really cool. It uses motion sensors. So you can set it up so anytime it senses motion, it sends you that video. When someone hits the doorbell, it already knows somebody is there, so you get a video of somebody hitting your doorbell. And it's a fisheye lens, kind of like a GoPro, where it catches everything. It has got a huge range of what it actually records. And you can set it up to where if you're near a traffic area where it's pulling up a lot of motion, you can go in there on the app and you can set it up to where that zone is less sensitive, so you back it off right there. So it's not going to constantly set you up with things. There are some key lock systems that you can get on the app too. So you have the smart door locks where you can set it up to where you have a call. Oh yeah, no problem. And then you hit a button and it unlocks your front door if you wanted to have that set up. It's not through them, it's a different company, but they've put the software on their stuff to do so. So these are $200, and you can pay a monthly service for the cloud storage. So if you want all this stuff backed up so you can access it anytime, you can. It's $30 a year. My 30-day free trial ran out, and I went with a $30 a year thing because I like being able to go back and look at stuff and share it. And so when you have this set up, if you don't have it running through your regular doorbell, you can also buy little remote doorbells. And that's what I did at my house since my wires were buried in the brick. And so I have two doorbells, one on each side of the house. We have a Rambler. And so one on each side of the house, they just plug into the wall. And those are set up through here. So when you hit it, they ring. You can program different kind of rings and stuff in it. But that way you don't have to hardwire in anything or on your doorbell system. So,
does it only detect the doorbell being rang, or does it detect someone knocking on the door or being on the porch?
Motion. So if somebody walks on your porch, it will automatically start recording.
Okay. I was going to say,
So,
if a thief is there trying to be sneaky, they might knock on your door and not touch that.
yeah, you will still see them, and then you can also you will still get a notification that someone's on your front porch because it detected the motion.
And then you go, hey, what are you doing?
And then, ah! So yeah, it does record that stuff. Now,
Take that with you if you're going to a cabin out in the woods or something. Can you take that along?
if it has a network, because you set it up and you set up, it picks up the GPS coordinates of where it's set up, and so on your phone or on the app, it shows you where you're at. Now, it doesn't just do motion. It actually has it's a very complex motion detection system. I was going to play a video, but it's kind of hard to see. But it's an infrared camera and motion, so it can tell the difference between a moving branch and a person or a dog. A dog would set off the motion. If you can turn the sensitivity way down if you have a lot of dogs running in your yard. But that's pretty cool. So the partnership with American Family if you're one of our customers, you can get a $30 discount off the purchase of that. So brings it down to $170. And then you get a 5% discount on your homeowner's insurance with us. So on top of that, Ring will, if you have a theft while you have it, Ring will reimburse your deductible if you have a theft. So if you have a theft while having that, then they'll reimburse you for your deductible. Now, if you want a live streaming like video camera that you can turn on at any time, and they do have a video camera that also is wireless that you can set up. But that's one technology that is helping one, deter thieves. If they know what that is, they know they were just recorded, and so it helps prevention. But also, if they actually do break in, you can get your deductible back, and you have a good picture of whoever just broke through your front door. So that's another technology. Some more technology. There's a small company called Wally. They're up in Seattle. American Family is one of the. They invested some money in this company, although it's not as marketed and well known as hello. It's not as well known as like their relationship with Nest or Ring, but Wally's a company that their technology is water detection. So they have sensors that you can put all around places that might have water leaks by the water heater, maybe in a basement and or under the sink, and it measures, obviously, if it's in water, it's going to know it's in water, but also humidity levels and all the different sensors that it learns. I'm trying to remember all this stuff. It learns what your house is normally like, and so that it can sense differences and let you know of water leaks before they get out of control. As that one's nice because a lot of really slow leaks, those aren't covered by insurance. Homeowners insurance is for sudden and accidental things that happen. A slow leak that causes rot and mold over an extended period of time, that's not sudden and accidental. That's more of a maintenance thing, and that's not what insurance is made for. And so systems like that are good not just for insurance companies, but also for the homeowner who might, not know something is happening. So those are more technologies that insurance companies are investing into. They're smart garages, smart garage door openers. Chamberlain, and I think Sears has one. That's another technology that's preventing thefts. Have you guys ever driven down a neighborhood, even late at night, and you notice somebody's garage is open, and you know that they just forgot it because it's not like they're hanging out in there. The lights are turned off in the house, in the garage door's open. So these, or maybe they left the garage door open. So Chamberlain's got, I think it's called MyQ, and you can hop on your phone and close your garage door. Or you can, you can turn certain lights on and off at certain times. It can send you alerts. But all those things, I wish they had one that was right. Did I leave the curling iron on? Because Kelly always panics about the curling iron. I don't know how many fires are started by curling irons, but anyway, so the smart garage door openers. And a lot of these companies are working to communicate with each other, so their apps will read information off of each other. Because like the smoke detectors, the more they can talk with each other, the more accurate they are with the information that they're given to send us alerts and things like that. So I wanted to share with you some different technologies that could possibly get you a discount, like the Ring doorbell. You get a 5% discount, or a discount on the purchase itself. So maybe I can let you know before you go out and buy one. It's they're testing it in one of the Midwest states, where you actually can get a free Nest smoke detector, free to you. But American Family is testing that in another state because having a good smoke detector makes a world of a difference. So, but yeah, it's a lot cheaper to buy $100 smoke detectors than it is to pay for the $100,000 fire claims. So, want to bring you some of those technologies, bring you guys up to date on that stuff. I don't know how qualified I'm going to be to answer some of the questions, but I will do my best. Does anybody have any questions?
So, we invest in these technologies, but what does it mean for the policy on the homeowner? How much of a discount does it bring?
So the Ring doorbell is a 5% discount. That one's an easy one because it's just a flat number. The more complicated, newer homeowners policies are so complex that they're not putting numbers like 5% on it because it will be different for every person based on 1,000 different factors. So in the big picture, it makes our home rates more stable, the fewer claims that we pay out. So,
They might not go up as much in the future.
correct. Because the reality is with insurance, everything that insurance pays for is getting more expensive. So the insurance itself is going to get more expensive. Now the technology on insurance and how they rate people on how risky they are, that technology is getting better and better. So the amount that you pay is getting more and more fair for yourself. So instead of being put in this bigger pool of people because of the neighborhood you live in and the size of house, that doesn't mean that you're the same risk. Maybe you're a lesser risk because you have Nest smoke detectors and you have, a Ring doorbell and ADT. And some of the rating factors are, where's your washer and dryer located? Some homeowners policies, including our newest one that's not even out yet, that is going to be a rating factor. If your washing machine is upstairs, that is going to affect your insurance because you're more likely to have a claim. Because how many of you on a regular basis check the condition of your washing machine hoses? The person that sells maintenance is and we all should. Those little rubber seals are only good for so long. So,
How many of the things that you're talking about here,
Oh,
you guys
we're
are,
supposed to get the ring back in December, hasn't come out yet. But the garage door, that's really popular. A lot of customers are asking for the ring. It's a good device.
yeah, in fact,
so you have the
with your new
same thing
ADT
that
security
these things
system,
do
you could get
with
a.
them, you get a discount for you guys just the same. It doesn't matter what company you're using.
It's for the purchase of it. And so with the discount, if you get it from Reg, we register it on your policy, and you get the discount.
Okay.
So one of the reasons why they give the discount, because they want some information. So with the Ring doorbell, right, you get a discount. The information that they get is not, they don't get videos, they don't get anything like that. They want to see that it is registered. So they want to see if you're, if it's online, because if they're going to give the discount, it's like an alarm discount. You don't get a discount for having an alarm. You get a discount for having an alarm that's monitored. Because, if someone breaks in the house and hears chirp, chirp, they're going to freeze and go, they it's not monitored, and go shopping. So so they want to make sure that if they're giving the discount, that it is activated and registered.
Man, if you're out of time.
Perfect. Thank you.
Very good.